Crypto adoption is moving faster in different parts of the world. Some projects are establishing a global footprint to ensure they don't miss out on the enormous tidal wave of adoption coming our way. You are now tuned in to ShookFocuz, and it is time,
Previously on ShookFocuz.
And we got another one. I told y'all it's DJ Khaled Asian Russian nesting dolls with this project, yo. How about the 2023 acquisition of a European crypto provider? Of course, it was renamed right away to Chain Europe, but this is a Focus Army. We ain't stopped right there. The Onyx protocol will run as a closed-ended lending protocol on Onyx Core, where users can wrap their NFT and real-world assets and borrow against them through a global network, as well as wrap crypto assets from multiple chains with the same functionality as the Onyx protocol lending market on Ethereum.
It's time to shake the focus up. Sick of being sick and tired, tell me if you had enough. Yeah, it's Shooks in the building now, we ain't missing nothing. We gon' catch you if they gotta run.
What is good, y'all? What is good? Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another episode. How y'all doing, man? I've been getting some requests to do an XCN update video. Now, they've been doing a lot of posting, but the actual public facing action has been a little bit paused. What we can do though is take a look at what I think the two biggest pieces of news are over the last couple months. Before we get into that, as always, big shout out to the Patreon and Telegram. Y'all really keep all this going, man. The YouTube channel members, some of y'all the OGs, man. Everything y'all doing, I'm trying to put back into the channel. But if you like these short update videos, do me a favor, break all the buttons, press 7 in the chat, and let's get right into this. So starting out with sXCN as the first big deal here, it talks about the current staking setup. You can stake into the smart contract through the platform. Once your rewards are ready, you got to claim them. They go to your wallet, and if you want to get those back in to work a little compounding, you got to do another stake transaction. Well, with liquid staking, we're going to get issued sXCN, which is an exact representation of the staked assets. This next piece is what makes it quite bullish, but these derivative tokens can be freely traded, used as collateral, or integrated into various decentralized finance applications, allowing users to maintain liquidity while still earning staking rewards. What is this used as collateral business? I don't know, but it sounds bullish. Are we getting some of that lending action back? It's definitely a use case here somewhere. But down here we get an example. They use Lido in this one. So when you stake Ethereum through Lido, you get S Ethereum in return, SETH. It automatically accrues staking rewards through a rebasing mechanism, adjusting the balance daily to reflect earned rewards, requiring no gas fees and easy redemption. This is perfect. I don't want to say it's past due, but you know, my other favorite project, I already got this, hashtag Dovu, or Dovu. If you know, you know, hashtag carbon credits. But let's get back into this. So the article goes on to confirm that yes, we will get the staking rewards automatically, no more manual claims. Down here in the benefits, we got another reference to increased flexibility for collateral trading and integration. Definitely waiting to see what's going on here with this collateral trading. Then also I wanted to take a look at, let's take a minute here to speak on Goliath. Now this has been showing up in the chats over on YouTube, rightfully so. This is where them big dudes at. no pun intended, but actually it is, I guess. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. The ambitious project introduces a state-of-the-art layer 1 blockchain network designed to cater specifically to banks, financial system providers, and financial institutions. Wait, is Adam writing for these blogs? This sounds kind of familiar, but the objective of Goliath is to engineer a blockchain network that not only meets but surpasses the stringent requirements of the financial sector. Now, the benchmark used in the explanation is actually very interesting, and we know why. It says currently Visa processes about 24,000 transactions per second. Goliath commitment is to achieve that or better. Now, you know it's got to be better or we wouldn't be here, right? So we get a timeline. the Q2 white paper release, so that should be coming in the next month or two. Then we got Q3 test network deployment. If that goes well, then it's no turning back. Q1 2026 is mainnet network launch. And it says here, upon successful validation and optimization of the testnet, the mainnet will go live. At this stage, financial institutions can onboard onto the network and begin leveraging its capabilities for real-time, high-speed transaction processing. This this is fitting into the timeline we've been talking about, y'all. Oh my goodness. Bank Connectivity Mesh Network. A significant milestone in the roadmap will be the launch of the Bank Connectivity Mesh Network. This is the framework for direct communication between financial entities. Rocket.
Go ahead. Okay, point banks and all other financial infrastructure. So ACH, wire transfers, SWIFT, the credit card networks, the way securities move. I didn't know this before I got into this and started this company. Financial infrastructure is so broken. What are all fintech startups basically doing? They're all building thin layers on top of these old legacy, horrific infrastructure systems.
Right.
And making them actually usable. Like Stripe makes stuff usable. Robinhood
They're
and
abstracting
Wealthfront,
it. Yeah.
they're abstracting it to make it developer friendly, consumer friendly, business friendly, and that's very valuable. But what they're not doing is doing the sort of fundamental rewiring of the system. Now, obviously that's our mission. It also means it's a more ambitious, harder, longer term effort to actually get in there and try to change the guts of financial infrastructure and payments.
Pretty good right
systems.
now, the 2 out of the 3.
Now, this is the part that's been coming up a lot. While the Onyx-Goliath blockchain will introduce a new foundational layer, the XCN token will remain native to Ethereum. It's going to function through bridges. So I keep saying, don't sleep on Ethereum. If they stick into it as wild as this XCN utility is sounding right now, it's definitely got to be something to it. So, man, time flies. So I wanted to touch one thing here before we get up out of here. So we got a nice little tidbit, and then I'll share some of my thoughts on where I think the project is. The tidbit for today comes from the community, and that is to remember that Chain Core Developer Edition was deployed as an app in the Azure Marketplace previously. 0 ratings, 0 reviews, but who would at this stage? Very dangerous thing to do. So this last piece, just sharing my thoughts on where I think the project is. Well, JP Morgan recently launched support for the British pound on Connexus. It says that this is one of the earliest operational deployments of a blockchain payment service in the UK with active corporate users. Now, this wasn't in the UK, but who else do we know is in Europe? That's right, Chain, through the acquisition of that European crypto provider, Cryptonex, I believe it was. But just to paint that picture, that Europe looks to be ahead in general, not by like a crazy amount, but it's noticeable. Even the US based crypto projects are building elsewhere, just like the big boys. And as we go a little bit further down here on Connexus, we see cross-border payments between London, New York, and Singapore. More things in common. We know XCN is swappable into Singapore's currency via the Revolut app. And yes, let me not forget to mention the GBP as well, the British pound. And finishing it off, we got the funny, of course. Connexus originally launched under the name Onyx, and the business is growing. Go check out that video I did, why were their names the same, if you want my thoughts on that. So what do I think the project is? The answer is right on track. Chain and Onyxcoin, much like Ripple and Stellar and some others, they are getting into these areas and almost like laying the foundation, and the big players and all the currency talk seem to be in these same spaces. So that's but that's all I have for y'all in this video, man. Short, sweet, and we're gonna go ahead and end this thing with a question, and we're gonna keep it nice and simple. Are you dumping your XCN bags? You know what my answer is. What's yours? And until next time, don't get shook. Stay focused. And I'm out.